I love you. I love you. And oh, Gary, sit down.
I do think that they're being duped to think they're at Antarctica. I don't think Union Glacier is really at Antarctica. I think it's at a different location, and it's placed as Antarctica.
Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth think that evolution's real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we landed on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Study, it's not alright. Baby, it's not alright.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I still haven't managed to complete my new intro since I lost everything that I have, so I am currently playing you intros from my old YouTube videos, which is why you saw an old chubby me there. Like, look at the difference. This is what's this? When was this? This was 3 months ago, right? Look at the difference between this chubby guy and me. It's 3 months, and I've lost quite a lot there. Hello everyone, how you doing? I am glad to see you all here in the chat. Over 120 of you already, and I've just started. I would like to wish you a wonderful weekend and hope that you have had a good week so far. Myself and my new friend Bob would like to welcome you to the show. Bob has taken residence on my face. I don't know where he came from. He whispers to me at night things that you don't want to hear. Terrible, terrible things. Bob's not a nice entity. But Bob's been here for a while, and I guess he's going to be here for a long time. So, guys, get used to Bob. Don't know where he came from. Yeah, everyone say hi to Bob. Apparently this is a side effect of losing weight or something. So, we are here to have a look at what's left of Flat Earth. Will Duffy turned up, and, well, he kind of just swang around a katana in a room. He had his eyes closed, and he was just like this, and just chopped it to pieces. Most of Flat Earth is dead, gone, buried. The majority of Flat Earth channels have become not Flat Earth channels anymore. And there is only the very, 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 very stupid or stubborn or grifting left. And, well, what I'd kind of intended to do today was have a look at the channels that are remaining and their recent Flat Earth videos and kind of laugh at them and stuff, but wow, they've all just kind of abandoned it. We're going to get into that, but first of all, guys, I would like to ask you all a personal favor. When I first started YouTube, more of just kind of like a hobby with my wife, I had a gaming channel called Married to Xbox, and became very good friends with someone called James Hood, who we helped kind of launch a company called Esports Scotland, which was Scotland's kind of hub for esports gaming and stuff. It's now been kind of enveloped by another company that James works for, and he does podcasts for their new YouTube channel, Control Alt Compete. I was recently on the podcast with my friend James, and I'm just going to show you a brief clip and ask you to please go and subscribe. The link to the channel and this interview is in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. So here is just a brief clip from the video, and then we're going to get into laughing at some flat earthers.
Hi everybody, welcome to Control Alt Compete. Today we're joined by Craig McNeil. Craig McNeil started his career with a YouTube show called Married to Xbox. He's now found his fame with a Fight the Flat Earth. Very interesting episodes, I hope you enjoy it. Hi everybody, welcome to Control Alt Compete. Today we're joined by a good friend of mine, Craig McNeil. Hi Craig, how are you?
How you doing, mate? Nice to see you.
So Craig, look, we've known each other, is it 8 years now, would you say?
About that, yeah.
Yeah, because I think what I remember the most was, in fact, you tell me, how did we meet? Because I remember we worked on like Married to Xbox together.
Well, I was posting in the Xbox group that you were kind of running on Facebook, and my wife and I were doing our Married to Xbox YouTube channel, our weekly show about Xbox, and you were watching it, and then you offered to record one of the episodes for us. So yeah, we went and did that, and then we've been friends ever since. And
do you know what I loved about that? It was like, you and Emma were making these wee TV shows in your house, and like the amount of passion Emma and you put into the props and everything like that. How did you find doing that then? Like,
it was amazing for Emma and I, because my wife and I, video games were
like having to feel that, you know.
It's a release, trust me. Yeah.
All right. So if you want to watch the full interview, please go and click on the link in the description and in the pinned comment, and drop James a sub and tell him that Craig sent you. Tell him how fat I used to be. In fact, I demand you go over to that video, right, and you leave a comment about how fat Craig used to be. Okay? Craig used to be so fat that, I want the comment section of that new video just full of that, for funsies. But also, please go and subscribe. James is a very good friend of mine and really helped me get started on YouTube. He had a professional videography company, and he helped my wife and I when we had our old Married to Xbox company, old channel, and recorded a couple episodes for us and upped our values and quality, and really helped me get more invested in YouTube. And then we launched Esports Scotland and everything, and you'll find out during that interview about when I was working with James at Esports Scotland, one of the festivals we were running, and that's when I kind of discovered Flat Earth. And I tell all about it in that interview. Yeah, please go and subscribe. Thank you very much. Artful Dodger for $2 says, that mark on your face. You're right. I annoyed Emma. Guys, no. Yeah, no, I did say out for Dodger. This is my friend Bob. Bob has appeared. Not sure where from. I was possibly abducted by aliens, and this is, what came out of it. I'm not sure. But yeah, so Artful Dodger, Bob, Artful Dodger. Thank you for the super chat. Guys, if you want to send super chats insulting me or anything, remember, I am legally obliged to read out any of the super chats that you send. Now, Flat Earth. Oh dear. It's kind of died, hasn't it? Right? Recently, Nathan Oakley went over to the politics server that he does weekly. Hey, James Hood is in the chat. Everyone say hi to my friend James. I'm going to add him as a moderator. Sigma Step, who's been a member for 26 months, says, Craig used to be so big and fat back then. Bob was 8 inches in diameter. No, Bob's a new addition to the family. Yes, Liz K, the final experiment did make Flat Earth go away. Yeah, recently Nathan Oakley, our favourite Flat Earther.
Hi, my name is Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis. Yes,
we know you do. He goes weekly into the politics server that's got a debate channel about Flat Earth and stuff, and abuses people in there. And recently he went in and decided to spam the N-word like an edgy 12-year-old in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby. And a lot of us reported that
the most limited angle is at
that disgusting behavior. And now his channel hasn't disappeared, but I've noticed something very interesting about his channel. Oh, goodness me. Something seems to have happened even worse. Right, I've gone on to the wrong one there. Yeah, I've noticed something very interesting about his channel since that edgy behavior, spamming the N-word like, you know, it's not going to cause problems. And obviously his channel is still there, but Nathan Oakley has a daily Flat Earth debate channel and a daily Flat Earth debate show. However, there's not been any shows okay, no, actually there have, and he's actually just talked about it. Right. So here's the thing, it's even worse. Nathan Oakley has had 0 consequences to spamming the N-word. During this video here, I'm not going to play it, but it's about 20 minutes in. He literally spams the N-word a bunch. And 0 has happened about it. I thought, I guess my thing hadn't updated, but I thought he hadn't had any shows or anything since then. But it turns out that Flat Earth is so dead for him that he just, that's what he does. So let's look at what he's done recently. His normal kind of nonsense. He's getting 814 views, 755 views. Now, at the most he gets like 1 point something K views, right? And I still think he buys views for that. Let's see what he's saying about it.
So true that we were genuinely, literally looking for reasons to stay in there after, I don't know, all.
Let's get it on!
Sarah Jones for £2 says, FTFE was so fat he couldn't support files above 4 gigabytes. Owsies. Zoomies Tomato says, FTFE was so fat he didn't have love handles. He had event horizon. Ow. Jack Fair 199 says, this may be a sensitive topic, but is Bob a Flerf? No, Bob's not a Flerf, but Bob may be a problem because he whispers to me at night things that no one should hear. On an unrelated note, anyone know how to get rid of a body? Anyway,
Good morning. So there's a little violin playing in the background as I say, we're not in politics today. So we have been permanently banned from politics Discord server. So
yeah, well, that is what happens when you go into a Discord server and, you know, say that over and over and over, right? There was a time not that long ago where I had to go into a debate and defend Brainy Beaver, right? Because Brainy Beaver accidentally said the N-word during a live stream with Unirock when they were playing a video game. And the context he said it in was he was struggling at the game and getting killed, and he said, give a N-word a chance. And instantly kind of apologized and realized what he'd said. And the stream got shut down and blah, 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 blah. But I ended up in a debate defending him because people were calling him racist because he accidentally said it and apologized. You got to remember that he's autistic and he listens to rap music a lot and he had that word in his head. And it was kind of just an expletive that came out. And I had to literally go and defend him in debate because people were calling him racist. Yet Nathan Oakley, his channel's still here. People are still saying, oh, what an awesome guy Nathan Oakley is.
it is with a heavy heart that we will not be continuing our attendance there.
Clarence says, what did Oakley say? Well, Oakley literally just said the N-word over and over and over because he said it's not a problem if he says it. The Turtle Moves to £2 says, Bob, what is that thing on your... Oh, it's Craig. So you guys are just here for Bob, are you? All right, Bob, take over the show. You can't fucking say that. Oh my God, I'm live. My channel's getting banned. That's so much worse than the N-word. Bob. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I really do apologize. Dude. Fuck's sake. Zoomy Tomato says, Craig, FTFE was so heavy, physicists debated whether he was a person or a low-orbit rogue planet.
Now, in all fairness, we had ultimately served our goal there, and moving into the new year, initially we were seeking reasons to stay. So, from that perspective, and if you suggest he's just finding excuses after being banned, that's absolutely correct. I am just justifying it. That is not untrue. However, it is also true that we were genuinely, literally looking for reasons to stay in there after, I don't know, having a good run would be putting it mildly. Now, after the fact, we're being told nobody wanted you there. Now, we knew that. I knew that.
Yeah, Nathan, that's a general consensus around you, right? Is that nobody wants you there. You're home, nobody wants you there. You go out to a restaurant, nobody wants you there. Nobody wants you there. Your chemotherapy, you're obviously attending, nobody wants you there. Wait, you're not attending chemotherapy? That's just how you look? Fuck's sake. Oofed. But Nathan, nobody wants you there. That's your life. Okay, in general. YouTube, nobody wants you there. Okay?
And therefore, I potentially should have been a lot more careful, given that quite frequently I'd have to extend the facts that I was there, not under duress or under, their duress of having me there, but you know what I mean, weren't necessarily 100% welcome, and we can pretty much find out by the rumblings of the background voting that's been done. If I'm honest, when I heard that, I'm like, vote? About me? I was flattered.
Yeah, Nathan thinks that any attention is good attention. But that's kind of it, right? He's not really doing anything. No one would debate him in the politics server because he doesn't do debates, right? In none of these shows on his channel, Flat Earth Debate 2,325, 2,324, 2,320. None of these contain debates. Nobody is debating him. There is no debates on his channel because there is no debate left. He just goes in there, right? And every single show, let's just pick a random one, right? This is what this says. This is all that's left of Stephen Oakley. Right. So, any evidence of the distance to the sun? Yes, we fucking sent a machine there called the Parker Solar Probe. It measured the distance. We can also literally use trigonometry to calculate a distance to the sun. We can literally bounce radar off of the sun. There's lots and lots of evidence of the distance to the sun. Any signs of axial rotation of the Earth-based variety? What do you fucking mean of the Earth-based variety? Yes, evidence of axial rotation. Pendulum swing exactly as we predict they would on the Earth. The Coriolis effect is a result of something we exactly predict on the Earth. The motions of the stars in the skies can be predicted because of the rotation of the Earth. But you're too fucking stupid to understand any of that, Nathan. Any evidence of a molten iron core at the center of a presupposed ball Earth? Earth's not a ball. It's a nearly perfect spherical rock. And the evidence of a molten iron core is inference from many scientific experiments in the field of seismology. So again, none of these are words you understand, you muppet. Michaela199 says, see below message. See below message? Okay, well, if you say see below message, then I have to read Jack Fetter's one, which says for 199, his arrogance and sarcasm is like a human repellent. Yes. Yes, it is. Shifty Eyes Shady, ex-Flat Earther in the chat. My ex-Flat Earther gang, love it, love it, love it. Max is interviewing Shifty in 10 minutes. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Max. Hey, James, you are amazing, my friend. Guys, remember, say hello to my friend James Hood. Please go and subscribe to the channel, Control-Alt-Delete. Compete, not Control-Alt-Delete. Control-Alt-Compete. And look at my interview, learn about how I started YouTube and some other stuff. So, thank you very much, James. Nice to see you, my friend. And then any scientific evidence of gravity. Oh, only so much. Gravity is the most studied field of science. It is one of the most experimentally verified forces of nature that there is. Do we understand it completely? No. No, we don't. Doesn't matter. We know it's there because we can see its effects. And gas pressure about a container, the famous straw man that they will not let go of. It just doesn't exist. There's a pressure gradient due to gravity. Space isn't a vacuum. You're a fucking idiot. But that's it. Nathan Oakley is irrelevant. Right. But he is still streaming. So, got a question for you guys. I'll pop up a poll. Would you like me to start going into Oakley's show to make fun of him to his face? Well, Craig, there's a lot of spelling mistakes there. Right. Because if he's live every day, then there's a lot of content to be got from the stupid. And he may as well have a Flat Earth debate in his Flat Earth debate, right? Remember, guys, where are we? In 2 hours' time, I will be live over on Top Hats Off. Top Hats Off is a channel run by my friend Dapper Dino. Dapper Dinosaur. Dapper Dinosaur runs Top Hat Off channel, which hosts nerd stuff. And I take part in a weekly Star Trek role-playing game, very much like Dungeons and Dragons, but Star Trek. And we are on our second campaign called Star Trek Endurance. I am the security officer aboard the USS Kongzi. I am a Klingon who was an ex-Borg. And I would love you all to come and watch me be a nerd in 2 hours' time. Zumi says, FTFE, before the weight loss, his power levels weren't over 9,000. It was just over the daily recommended gravitational limit. Jack Fair, 499 says, I won't mock your weight. Well, you should be proud of getting in shape. Weight doesn't define you now. And if you ever gain more, it still won't. Yeah, but guys, you aren't allowed to let me get fat again, okay? Tyler Rice is in the chat saying that Craig has mental health issues and I hope he gets bigger soon. Why would you eat a bugger? Look, I was hungry, okay? Alright, I'm on a fucking calorie deficit. Leave me alone. Big Fish says you'll get permabanned first time. Well, let's place some bets on it. How quickly we think I'll get banned from Nathan Oakley. Right, on to Flat Earth and seeing what's left. Now, yeah, there's this like daily Flat Earth debate nonsense with no Flat Earth debates. But let's go and look at our friend CeCe. Bill Tetley, $5 says, Craig was so fat he used to think a megabyte was a big mouthful of food. We're going to look at control, compete, and quickly see.
Comes.
The Speed Bean says, Craig was so fat that when he went to the beach, people tried to push him back in the water. Craig was so fat that when he laid down, pilots adjusted their flight paths for terrain avoidance. You guys are mean. Now, once again, I'm beginning to get worried about our friend CeCe because CeCe does his regular updates on a Friday, right? It's how I keep track of the week. But for some reason, once again, 3 weeks No CeCe. May have to give him a call, see if he's okay. Oh no, it's Andy who's been a member for 25 months. Says, Craig, do you get to use a lightsaber this time? Do I get to use a lightsaber this time? If I always use a lightsaber. Derek the Dollar for £2 says, please go and pester all the Flat Earth live streamers. Okay, I mean, there's the Katzoid and Oakley, right? And Solve, I guess. It's just the times are sometimes difficult, but I'm going to have to work around it. Charlotte War for $2 says, so basically if you gain weight, do 10 push-ups. The reason I'm so good at push-ups now is because I was a big old fatty when I started doing them. I started with weighted push-ups. It's cheating. Walter Q Van Bellingham, for member for 14 months, says there's nothing left of Flat Earth because it didn't exist to begin with. So yeah, CeCe. Normally every week there was a wee gap and we got extremely worried. But let's give him a call and check in on him. Ooh, now I'm worried.
Sorry, no one's here to take your call. Please leave your name and number. Thank you.
Hey.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, CeCe, it's Craig from Kirkcaldy, East Scotland here. Yeah, so I'm basically doing kind of a wellness check, dude, because you've not posted in a few weeks and we're starting to get concerned. Frankly, seeing your hair every week is the highlight of my week. That gorgeous, luxurious locks that you have makes my day every time. And if you aren't on YouTube, I'm really struggling with tracking the days of the week. You let me know when it's a Friday when you do your upload. So can you just do me a favor, do an upload, let us know that you're okay. Thanks, CeCe. Love you. Bye. Hopefully CeCe's okay, but you know, we're not really sure. Oh no, it's Andy says FTFE's bathroom scales used to say 1 at a time. And I'm not doxing CeCe because he literally posts his phone number on his channel. Yeah, I'm just concerned about the guy, you know, just worried. That's all. Nomadic $5 says FTFE was so fat his character needed 2 Borg designations. Nah, I only need the 1. I am 7 of 12. Tactical Node 3, species 5008. Derek the Dollar for £2 says whatever happened to Demok? No Dirt in Middle, I think. Oh, I've lost all those songs. I have to re-download them. Artful Dodger $5 says Craig, you've done a lot of nuclear and radiation related work. Get Bob checked out, dude. Just a precaution. Last, I'll bring it up. Dude, I swear, it's just a spot. It is just a spot. If it doesn't go away, then, you know, I would, obviously. But I swear to God, it's just a pimple. It's just a big-ass fucking pimple. I know what pimples are like. Craig Paul, member for 15 months, says, I'm disappointed that CeCe's voice message wasn't his normal intro. I know, missed a trick there, right? But let's look at what CeCe's last post was 3 weeks ago. Have I got the volume up? Is he just not saying anything? Is there no audio? Is it just a video of the eclipse? Oh. I mean, he's kind of posting flat earth debunking evidence here. See, now I'm really worried. The last thing he posted, we didn't even say anything. Worrying. Andreas Eldritch says, Craig was so fat he used to be a heavy saber. Okay, so what did CeCe say before just posting a video of the eclipse? A 20-minute ramble.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CeCe here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County.
Guys, Tay is in the chat. He's asking what's with my cheek. Can everyone just let him know about Bob? How Bob has taken over my body and is controlling me from an alien spacecraft.
3:28. 25. Today's a Friday. I like to put a little video out on a Friday, just in case I'm able to put a video out on the weekend.
I know. That's why I'm worried, Chris. There's been no video. There's been no video this Friday, or the previous Friday, or the previous Friday. Are you okay? Let us know if you need help.
Couple things to think about.
Got Orb Itul, there's a gap in the chat, says globe has no model. I mean, it's the only thing with a model that works, can predict everything. So, no. But Bob, if you would like to come in and talk to me, I have about an hour and a half. So please forward an email to fighttheflatearth@gmail.com and I will send you a link on Zoom to come and join me and tell me about how there is no globe model.
And this is actually on my channel that has been running now for close to 10 years. Not quite 10 years yet, but close to 10 years, but it doesn't matter.
Steve H says, I know 5 fat people and Craig is 4 of them. Not anymore, you dick. B says YouTube is not particularly accessible to the blind. Could someone help me by giving me the link to the podcast FTFE was on? B, I will post the link to you now in a response, if you bear with me. Huh. Why is it not picking you up? Oh, B, I have just posted the link to the podcast. See if you can click on that. Guys, if you could help B out if that doesn't work, thank you very much.
Every real question that I put out there, like for example, how the weatherman can tell you about the weather and when it's going to come and exactly hit us, from the...
Nah, stuff that, man. Weatherman's a scam. The weather's never fucking right. No, again, it's a science, CeCe. Something that Flat Earth isn't that familiar with.
Storm that's brewing in California, which is 3,000 miles away from us. Okay. Now, remember, we've been told...
Aaron says Craig skinned his knee and gravy poured out. What the fuck? Nick N, £2, $2 Canadian. Craig used to be so fat he jumped and got stuck. Ow.
That the Earth revolves, spins 1,000 miles per hour. Okay, if you do the math, you'll see that the computations that your weatherman is giving you.
B, $4.99. You really didn't need to super chat that, my friend. The link to the podcast is pinned at the top of the comments section or in the description. But I will. A bunch of people are posting it in the chat for you. For some reason, I can't seem to tag you. Your name's not coming up to be tagged. Let me just hold on. No. There's the link again, B. Yeah, I don't want you to miss out. I'm very sorry that YouTube is for making that difficult for you. Hopefully you can find that link. Oh, Speedbeam managed to tag you.
When the storms, even in the Midwest, or I mean in the middle of the country, should be wrong, inaccurate. And at that point, they're giving you a forecast of 4, 5, 6, 7 days. The spin of her, unless I know what it is. Ah, shit. Ah, you know what? It just came to me. That's right. Here it is. This is the answer. What, guys? Why haven't you thought of this? You know what? Because we're spinning so fast, it takes 4 or 5 days while we're spinning that they're putting that in. Yes, I see. I'm seeing it now. They're putting that into the equation. Okay, so we're spinning so.
Wait, does he think that the weather's like 5 days? Bless him. Searoy, €6 says Craig losing weight directly resulted in a decrease of the global average of daily earthquakes. Yeah, my gravitational pull was affecting the orbit. I'm sorry about that. Hey brought one for $2 says FTFE was so fat his job in the Navy was anchor.
So quickly at 1,000 miles per hour, and the storm's coming at us from California, okay? And they can pinpoint accuracy, tell us when that storm's going to hit us. 9 p.m. Monday evening, okay? That's when the storm's going to hit. So that's what it is.
Yeah, you're right.
I see. But I bet if I really do the calculations on that, and I'm forecasting something 4 or 5 days.
CeCe, I would pay good money to watch you do the calculations on that. Like, genuinely. But I'm worried about you right now. Guys, please try and contact CeCe. Make sure he's okay.
That storm should be off in China. Should be blown apart with the wind and the spin of Earth. Weather would not exist if we lived on this spinning fucking wet ball that people...
Yeah, guys, how are you so dumb? Weather wouldn't exist if we lived on a rotating globe. There would be no weather. Instead of it being the cause of literally the majority of the weather on Earth, you know, like wind and storms and you know, a lot of the tides and yeah, there would be no weather apart from the things directly caused by. CeCe's a fucking genius.
People think these are delicate clouds. Okay, these are gaseous clouds holding lots of moisture. Very easy to break them apart. Questions like gravity. Nobody can answer that for us. Why? It should be a simple thing. It's an everyday thing. This is an everyday... This should be like simple freaking nursery school shit at this point, but nobody can pinpoint what gravity...
Yeah, guys, gravity is not simple enough for kindergartners to understand. Therefore, it's fucking fake. It's quite obvious. Right? It's just how it is, right? Martin Pendry, who's been Martin Pendry, he's been a member for 3 months. Thank you very much, my friend. Only a quarter of the way around the sun. Got some work to do there. Says FTFE was so fat. At least we know why he used to get disconnections and he blame it on Elon's Starlink. Yeah, the Starlink connect. Has there been any buffering today, guys? And I am streaming at 1080p, right? Evil Producer 01499 says Craig was so fat his tailor used to measure his waist at 8 inches per mile squared. Mr. E-Man gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. If you just become a member, say thank you to Mr. E-Man. Balthazar 228 $5. FTFE was so fat he created Coriolis effects in the shower where fluid would spin in the opposite directions as he turned around. I'm not going to cry myself to sleep tonight. I'll be fine.
Gravity is. No matter how many fucking degrees you have, nobody can tell us what it is. Nobody can tell us how gravity exists in space. How gravity exists without a magnetic core spinning. What is the size?
Wait, he thinks that you have to have a magnetic spinning core for gravity to exist. That's not how that works. Oh, I'm only streaming at 720. Right, give me 1 sec. I'm quickly going to stop it and up it to 1080 because I think it's going to work fine. Right, refresh the stream up to 1080. Should be good. Hey Chloe, how you doing? The Turtle Moves for £2 says Craig was so fat he used to sumo wrestle huge arse. I couldn't do that. I mean, huge arse is like 1/3 of the Earth's mass.
Of an object in order for it to have gravity? How big does it have to be? Okay, I understand that was yesterday's video. It doesn't make a difference.
Everything has gravity, CeCe. Everything. This has gravity. Just not as much as the Earth, because gravity is proportional to the mass of something. You don't need to have a spinning magnetic iron core of any kind to make gravity. Gravity is a result of mass warping space-time. Do we know exactly why? No, not really sure yet. It's something to do with some kind of energy transfer. We're getting there. But the fact is that it exists. Did we know what magnetism was? No, not always. But magnetism always existed, even though we weren't able to describe it accurately. The fact is, we know that gravity warps space-time and creates an acceleration towards a larger mass. Fg equals gm1m2 over r squared. This is a factual point of the universe that we live in. And it's never going to change. We'll figure out the rest of it at some point, I'm sure.
For instance, think about it Friday. How big does it have to be? Okay. Why is it that the gravity from the sun, which is holding on to Halley's Comet, okay, for all of these years, it comes around every, 76 years or something? I got to see it. It's holding on to that, but it's ignoring everything else. It's ignoring the asteroid belt, right? Do you remember the asteroid belt? That was like, I guess they called that a failed planet. So
it's not ignoring the asteroid belt. It's kind of just missing it. Its orbit doesn't go through the asteroid belt. Fuck's sake, man. And did he just say it's a failed play?
Belt, right? Do you remember the asteroid belt? That was like, I guess they called that a failed planet. So if space actually existed, and all of this out there is being held in by the gravity of the sun, okay, the asteroid belt, we should be getting fucking meteors that shouldn't even exist. Because all of the
we should be getting meteors that shouldn't even exist. What does that mean, CeCe? What does that mean? You should be getting meteors that shouldn't even exist. Balthazar228 for $5 says, when Craig outlives the Flat Earth community, the notice may be an obituary. Evil Producer 01499 says, FTFE was so fat, his weight was measured as space weight. This is weight. This is space weight. Indie Tiger's sci-fi review for $10 says, hi Craig, not much to pick over with Flat Earth these days. Yeah, a funeral is on the way, I think. Seawar €6, huge arse is 1/3 of the Earth's mass. Craig was the other 2/3. Yeah, we're fucked. Sorry guys, I destroyed our orbit by losing too much weight. Mr. E-Man, $5 Australian. Craig was so fat that his belt size was measured in astronomical units, and it was in the double digits. Calculus HVH for $5 says, FTFE was so flat, flat earthers exist because they've convinced he squished the globe. Ow. Yeah, keep sending super chats that insult me. It's absolutely fine.
The asteroid would have come to Earth at this point after 4 billion or 6 billion years. Well, 4.5 billion years, if you want to be exact. Because people like to correct stupid things that these scientists come up with stupid numbers, which they have no basis around, and they can't prove it. Just like, I mean, when they're carbon dating shit, do you really believe that? Do you really believe they can carbon date something that's 60 million years old? Really? Guys? Come on. Wake the fuck up, okay? Wake the fuck up and understand why all of these lies exist. Why all of these lies are there to reinforce this stupid Walt Disney World that they've created for you. I believed it. You still believe it, obviously.
The only thing I believe right now, CeCe, is that hair is proof of some deity's existence. It is just so magical and wondrous that... I mean, it's actually a wonder that you're not causing accidents, because the other drivers would just get distracted by that hair. I'm not sure you should be driving. Number one, because you're recording a video whilst you're clearly on what appears to be a freeway. But number two, because that hair itself is a danger to other drivers.
Well, most of the people that look at me are flat earthers. Look at my videos of flat earthers anyway, but I'm talking to the people that are just... But most of them are bots. Who cares? It doesn't make a difference. I don't really give a shit anymore. You know, I am not going to sit on a corner and tell people about flat earth. There is no fucking point. Okay? It's a waste of time. And plus, you're risking your life at this point. People...
It is a waste of time, but I'm very interested now to find out how you think it's risking your life. JSS Tiger $10 says, the Nathan Oakley show is a Three Stooges skit and Nathan is Mo. Why you be so mean to Mo? Seawar €6. Craig was so fat he was the reason his submarine could submerge. Yeah, I was the ballast.
Point. Okay? It's a waste of time. And plus, you're risking your life at this point. People are going to get... I mean, the NPCs, forget it. Forget about that. You know, I mean, they will... I just don't even get me started about that. I mean, there's just really no point. I mean...
No, CeCe, tell us how your life's in danger. And are you hogging the middle lane? Don't do that. Don Carnage 42 says, Craig used to demonstrate gravity by just being nearby. Yeah, I was the Barry center of the solar system. Even though my name's not Barry.
It's just, it's so obvious, and it's always been so obvious to us. You know, when you're brought up with this miraculous change, okay?
Yeah, when you're brought up drinking lead paint and, you know, starved of oxygen at birth, yeah, it's just natural that you become a flat earther. Andres Eldritch says, Craig was so fat he fought the tight shirt and he won. Yeah, I did. I can pump them now. I am getting closer and closer to my target weight. It is 36 days until my holiday in Tenerife. And I aim to lose about another 10 kilos by then. I miss food. Stop the Stupidity, who's been a member for 16 months, says, it's risking his life by driving and streaming. Yes, that's true. Daniel Cooper says, is CeCe a young Earth creationist? Probably, because he's a fucking idiot.
Of reality. Of what you live on, you know, and you learned all of your life, no matter how old you are, 18, 20, you know, 30, 40, 60, 70. If you're in your mid 80s and you're just learning about flat Earth, okay, I feel sorry for you. It's going to be a wow. It's going to be a big one for you.
Yeah, man. If you're just finding out about flat Earth at 80, then you've missed the fun. You've missed the stupidity. But you probably had a much saner life. So good job.
But you know, it's just amazing. You know, and it's just not only flat Earth. I mean, there's so many other things in flat Earth. I mean, there's all the architectural engineering. You know, there is.
Oh! Please don't tell me you're gonna start being like old world Tartaria stuff, CeCe. Come on, man. Your hair doesn't deserve that. What's that, Bob? Bob, I couldn't do that to CeCe. He's got a family. Look, Bob, you're going to get me in trouble with saying these kind of things live. Just shh. Searoy for €11 says, Craig was so fat whenever his local university tried to perform the Cavendish experiment, Craig was asked to leave the country because he influenced the results. They know the Cavendish is working correctly when it points towards me. Indie Tigers Sci-Fi Review, $5. God gave to CeCe with one hand and took away with the other. Gave hair, took away sense. Truer words have never been spoken.
Things that were built hundreds of thousands, well, not hundreds of thousands, well, maybe. Who knows? We don't know exactly how old everything is, but I certainly don't believe it's that old. But anyway, thousands of years ago of technology, you know, obviously they used lasers, they had lights. You know, you can't build shit underground without a flashlight. You're not going to sit there with a...
Please listen to that again.
Thousands of years ago of technology, you know, obviously they used lasers, they had lights. You know, you can't build shit underground without a flashlight. You're not going to sit there.
Thousands of years ago, they had lasers and flashlights. They couldn't build stuff underground. You know, the idea of torches with flames. Oh no. I have to listen to that once more.
Thousands of years ago of technology, you know, obviously they used lasers, they had lights. You know, you can't build shit underground without a flashlight. You're not going to sit there with a fucking candle, you idiot. Come on, you have to understand this.
Miners weren't walking around with candles, dude. Jesus. Mr. Svensson for 20 secs says, please check up the Bob Blob. Can be serious. Dude, it's just a spot, I promise you. It'll be gone in a few days, alright? It's probably looking a bit angry because I tried to squeeze it. Balthazar 228-499 says, Craig used to be so fat the flat earthers thought he was local and floating above them in circles. Jay says, Tiger $5. Craig was so fat he had to get a new house because his floor settled. Oofed. Yeah, there was no roof being blown off. It was just me being too fat. Someone says, if I lose another 10 kilos, then I might look ill. Nah. I've still got a band around the middle to get rid of. Daniel Cooper says, did you see Steve McRae resurface from non-existence and is now MAGA? Yes. Steve McRae couldn't get stupider, apparently. He did.
These people who built the freaking aqueduct system that goes all the way upstate and comes all the way down to New York City to bring water to them when the Romans had it, they weren't sitting there with a fucking candle, okay, or a Bunsen burner. They had
a Bunsen. Yeah, you don't know what a Bunsen burner is, do you? Because you were never given one in school, were you, CeCe? Oh, my brain hurts. Mr. E-Man $5 says, Craig was so fat that his tailor used to use that Haversine formula. Nah, I had to use the Vicente formula to take into account all my bumps. Yes, man devil, Steve is full-on MAGA. In fact, I might do a Flerfs, well, maybe not a Flerfs Idiots, it's a Stupid Humans episode about Steve McRae.
Electricity a long time ago. They had technology that we have now that we're just discovering. I mean, really? Come on, look at your office building. You're telling me that office building that you're in right now is as advanced as some of the architecture in Paris? With a pier?
Yes. Because it's, you know, structures that are skyscrapers with electrics and plumbing, lifts, TVs. Yes, it's advanced, more so than structures in Paris, underground. Oh my, love that for you. $4.99 says, Steve McRae for top left 2026. It's a very big possibility. I regret ever being associated with that dumb fuck. CY €6. Craig was so fat, whenever he went out swimming in the ocean, global sea levels rose by meters. It's true. I caused many tsunamis. Evil Producer 01499. Craig was so fat, his rear end could be facepalm protection for 10 people. Talking about facepalm protection, I have sent the facepalm protections, and you should be receiving them very soon. However, Goran Anderson, you never gave me your address, so please send me that so I can get that sent.
Pyramids or anything like that? Shouldn't we be building like fucking glass cities at this point right now? Well, that's what we were fed back in the day with science fiction movies. You know, they've always articulated all of these future cities, you know, with cars flying around, you know, and beautiful buildings that look like glass buildings or ice sculptures and shit like.
Sorry, when did they have glass buildings and ice sculpture? He's lost it.
Like that, but none of it's ever come true, you know, and it never will. Never will. You'll never see anything flying up in the air apart from a plane or anything like that. And if they do, and they already have invented cars that fly, but they're like $2 million. You know, who the fuck is going to buy one of those things? Plus, you have to go through probably God knows what kind of training and all this other bullshit that nobody's even going to bother. I mean, really. God, it's fucking real. I don't know. I got this. I'm off the track right now, but it's all right. It's all right. Sorry, let's get back on.
Yeah, Metal Jacket says exactly what I was about to. What the fuck does he think we clad buildings in? Mando said your camera's gone all Doris Day. I sorted it out. Thank you. Aaron for $2.99 says maybe CeCe finally got committed. Maybe his wife finally booted him out.
Yeah. And then nobody really questions volcanoes. You know, everybody thinks a volcano is from the core of the earth.
Sorry,
but core of the earth. And nobody really questions volcanoes. You know, everybody thinks a volcano is from the core of the earth.
No, we don't. No. Nobody thinks volcanoes are from the core of the earth. Oh, my lord. CeCe, my buddy, my pal. No. Magma doesn't come from the core. Someone needs to send him an elementary, like, science book. The Turtle Moose for £2 says the hair is the only thing about CeCe with sentience.
But why do they go off and why don't they all go off at the same time? And why doesn't every single one of them go off and destroy this earth? And why do they go off and why don't they all go off at the same time? And why doesn't every single one of them go off and destroy this earth?
Sorry, does he think that if one volcano goes off, they all should go off at the same time? I'm just trying to process that stupidity. Give me a second. No, I couldn't think down that dumb. Oh my goodness. The Turtle Moose, £2 says, no, I read that one. Searoy for €11. A bit more of a positive message, jokes aside. You look great, Craig. Keep up the good work. I may have been critical about your evolution debate. Keep learning and keep schooling the unscientific idiots. I do not mind people being critical about my debates. In fact, that is the way that I become better. Evolution is something that I actually think is quite easy to debate. I just need to get the arguments down. I don't want to go the route of, you know, having all the correct terminology and all that. I think it's pointless and it breaks down into semantics, talk about kinds and blah, 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 this and that. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think it's just you talk about the mechanism and the evidence for that mechanism. That's all you really need to do. And I think I've got another one coming up very soon on modern day debates. Krusty Keith became a member. Welcome to Scrappers, you fucking awesome person, you. Nathan Thompson's Bail Bondsman 199 says, you weren't fat, you were big boned. I'm not fat, I'm big boned. Larry Scott 199 says, I can feel the pain of the Uber driver. No, he's driving, which is the scary thing. StealthGone5, who's been a member for 13 months, says, what is it with woo and driving and thinking? Is this the only moment they don't get their partner yelling to them about being this dumb? Yeah, he has to do this because if he's in the house, his wife is shouting at him. Balthazar 228 499, volcano spewing solid iron at core temperature sounds terrifying. I know. Holy fuck. No, we don't want volcanoes spewing out molten iron. That would be fucking devastating.
See, God didn't want that. He'll have a volcano go off every once in a while. Sure, why not? Make things fun. You know, but no. God, the creator of everything, he or she, whoever it may be, put a lot into this world. I don't want to say fool you. I want to say keep you thinking. Keep you on your feet. Okay? If you were given a choice of...
Sorry.
Your feet. Okay? Say keep you thinking. You know? God, the creator of everything, he or she, whoever it may be, put a lot into this world. I don't want to say fool you. I want to say keep you thinking, keep you on your feet. Okay?
But why? Why can't they just tell us what it is instead of, you know, making it appear like it's a globe even though it's flat? Crazy, right? Jay Donarchy, member for $5, says Craig was so fat, so the military had to let him go because his mass was interfering with gravimeters. Ooh, burn! Hello? Yeah, is that the burn ward? Yeah, could you just get my regular seat ready? Thank you very much. All right, bye. Yeah, love you too. I love everyone, okay? Not you, Gary. Jay says, Tiger, $2. I want to see a CeCe family road... Oh my god, me too. A CeCe family road trip would be the best thing ever.
If you were given a choice of what you lived in or what you can live in, well, let me restate that. Okay. All right. And this is going back to, you know, the plausible possibility of beyond flat Earth. Okay. If you wanted to create a life for yourself, a short life, a vacation, basically, you know, what would you do? How would you create it? Would you have God just randomly create it for you, or would you make it yourself? You know, or are there different levels of life?
The fuck are you talking about, CeCe? Are you okay? Blink 4 times if you need help.
You know, that you have down here. You know, or have you lived many lives down here? You know, these are all questions, you know, that we have in the plausible possibility of beyond flat Earth. And look at this idiot. What lane are you gonna go in? You gonna go in this lane or the other one?
Dude, he's out here telling other drivers how to drive when he's hogging the middle lane, recording a video whilst he is driving, potentially putting his and others' lives in danger. You're not stupid because you're a flat earther. You're a flat earther because you're fucking stupid.
It's alright. It's alright. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Your driving skills are of an 18-year-old. Anyway,
been driving since about 18 and I've never had an accident. In fact, I know many 18-year-olds that are pretty good drivers. Again, the fact that you are insulting others' driving skills whilst demonstrably doing something illegal in your car makes you look even more of a fucking idiot than you are. I still think you have fantastic hair and I'm very jealous.
Having difficulty thinking because this van in front of me is spewing out smog from his car and it just absolutely stinks, and it's filling up my cabin with noxious air.
There's a recirculate button so that you don't have to get the outside air. And you're smoking a vape. Chris, CeCe, from Westchester County.
But it's all right. He's got Jersey plates, so what do you expect? Sorry, Jersey. All right, I mean, really.
I will actually agree with CeCe here. When I went to New Jersey, I was scared to cross the fucking road. Like, my wife and I, we pressed the button. It was like telling us to cross, and people were still coming at me and beeping like I was doing something wrong. What the fuck is wrong with New Jersey?
Oh, Jesus. Fuck it. I gotta get away from this thing. Surprised he's not smoking a bong. Come on, get the bong going. You know, right? Everything's legal. I smoke pot all the time. You know, I drove into Poughkeepsie the other day. It's like pot heaven in there. You want to get a contact high? Sit on the fucking sidewalk, man. That's all you gotta do. Just sit on the sidewalk.
He's smoking a vape. He's smoking a vape and are telling people that smoke bongs. This stuff, CeCe, is infinitely more healthy than the stuff that you are putting in your lungs. You fucking idiot.
Smell it all in there. The minute I pulled in, right when I got into the freaking town line, it just stuck like marijuana. It's great. It's even worse in the city. But this
yeah, let's rip one because CeCe told us. Right, yeah, let's all have a bong together, guys.
This is Poughkeepsie, man. Going to Newburgh. Oh, Newburgh's another one. Another favorite of mine. That's another great fucking area. Well, there are some good areas of Poughkeepsie. There are some good areas in Newburgh. Don't get me wrong, okay? But all in all, if you go into the main street or any other street in town, you better not go alone. That's my personal belief. It's kind of scary. Stay away.
Yeah, it's kind of scary again. Look.
So back to the plausible possibility of beyond flat.
Look at him. Look at him. Oh, you fucking potheads.
Other street in town, you better not go alone. That's my personal belief. It's kind of scary. Stay away. So back to the plausible possibility of beyond.
Token on his vape. Except he didn't have it turned on. Alright, you vape vapes. I don't know. You inhale the vapor. The Turtle Moves for £2 says, bear in mind the US driving test is in a car park. Is it? That's fucking awful.
Not flat Earth. What would you do? How would you set your life? You know, would you just take a random script and say, yeah, I want that? You know, or I want this. You know, or I want pain, I want suffering, or is it all just part of the random programming? You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If you always wanted people to love you,
the fact that he can ramble so much without saying anything is impressive. Dave H says, Craig's so fat you have to go 17,500 miles per hour to get away from him. I used to be. The only thing that's growing about me now is my biceps.
For example, would probably pick something, you know, problems with yourself. I mean, I don't know how to softly say this, but being disabled or something like that. You know,
like me?
I don't know. What about your looks? What do you do there? We all look different, right?
I know, CeCe. If only we all had the looks of you and your luxurious hair. One in the chat if you're jealous of CeCe's hair. And I'm going to end the poll. Yeah, you would. Okay, I'll start doing that.
What do you do? Who do you pick? How do you pick it? You know? Well, these are all fun things to think about in the plausible possibility of beyond flat.
Whiffy Boy says, sorry to inform you, Craig, but your weed is about 4 to 5 times more harmful to your lungs than vaping. It's all bad. I disagree completely. The chemicals in vaping is terrible. I'm not saying that weed, vape, is good for your lungs, but it's one of the least harmful things.
But it just screams it all the time now. You know, I mean, NPCs are here to distract you. They're here to keep your mind off of things. You know, to keep you on your toes. I guess that's probably the best way to do it. You know, and all of us flat earthers, we just seem to be perfectly or strategically positioned in different areas, you know, where we kind of want to be left alone. And if we didn't have cell phones...
Has he forgotten what he's talking about now?
...phones and the internet and social networking, none of us would have ever met each other, you know, but now we have all of this access. Was that programmed, or is that something that just happened, you know, that now we're able to get together, you know, we're able to create meetings, we're able to talk to each other. And
you mean technology advancing and communication and stuff?
Having people, you know, this is another thing that really annoys me. You know what really pisses me off? People say that we feel special. Special? What the fuck are you talking about? Every fucking person out there who's not a flat earther, and pretty much everybody in Westchester County isn't, ridicules everybody who is a flat earther.
Yeah, that we do ridicule everyone who's a flat earther. because it's fucking hilarious. Flat Earth is the internet's pet rock. It is the intellectual equivalent of jelly. Like, other conspiracy theorists laugh at flat earthers. Right? If there's like a conspiracy convention, they don't let the flat earthers attend because they don't want to be associated with you. That's how dumb flat earthers are. So, yeah.
Why would we want to be special? We want that? No, we don't want that. We want the truth to be brought out to people for them to understand what the fuck they're living on. Why?
The truth is, CeCe, that you're not smart, dude. And you're not special. No matter how many times your mum told you that you're special. You're just not.
The lie is out there. Okay? And to grow up and find yourself. Being flat earther is not being special or feeling special. The only good feeling about coming across this and understanding it is to change somebody's life and have them think about it. But you're not going to change somebody's life.
Yeah, change my life, CeCe. You know what? No, you guys have. You flat earthers have changed my fucking life. You've given me content to show to you wonderful people. Thanks, Flerfs.
Over a cup of coffee. Okay, all you can do is you can explain everything to them and say, this diagram, this Earth that you grew up with doesn't work.
Except it does. You can tell them it doesn't work, but that's because you don't understand it, CeCe. The globe works perfectly. It always has and it always will. It explains every phenomenon that we see and experience 100%. Oh yeah, you fucking idiot.
It doesn't. It's all a lie. All of it. I mean, that's all it is. It's just bullshit. And again, it's there to just keep you in this fucking prison and just feeling alone. And yeah, you get married, you have kids. Kids eventually don't pay attention to you anymore. You know, they go off, they do their own thing. I mean, it's just every life is kind of like that. But I don't know. Yeah, you better get the.
Kevin Green in the chat says, I give him credit for being calm. A rare breed. Lol. Yeah, CeCe has lots of videos where he's shouting at the sky. He's not calm. He's batshit crazy.
That's county police. Don't fuck with county police, man. If they're behind you, move your car, okay? But I mean, you understand what I'm saying here. You know, I mean, every flat earther does, because they have all gone through this. You know, we don't feel special by far. People in the office, well, not the people that I work with, but the other people.
Trust me, CeCe, actually, I was wrong. You are special, dude. You are special. But, you know, back of the short bus licking the window special. Psylocke, for $10, thank you very much, my friend. It says, I like to watch conspiracy chats, and it really is true that they mock flat earthers. Dinosaurs being fake, young earth creationists, satanic cabals, etc. They still ban Flerfs on the spot after mocking them. Yeah, it's like, don't associate yourself with us.
The office building, they won't even have anything to do with me. You know, they don't even say hi anymore. Fuck them. I mean, I don't care. You want to live in that little fucking bubble of a world of bullshit? A bubble bullshit world. How's that? Is that good? Bubble bullshit world. Okay, good. Get the initials on that one and make it sure. All right, because it is so bad that, fine, you can't even come up to me and ask me a question. You know, a simple question. You know, why do you think NASA is lies or you know, why? Why do you think they lie? Or why do you think the space agencies lie? You know, we blast things off all the time. Yeah, that's right, we do.
They don't lie, CeCe. They show you what they're doing, right? It's now 2025. There is literally thousands of things in space all of the time. I am doing this live stream thanks to satellites orbiting the planet because of space. I have a massive 12-foot pole with a satellite receiving and transmission dish on it so that I can do that. You can say space is fake, but, you know, they sent a bunch of girls to nearly there recently. I mean, that wasn't actually space travel, and Katy Perry is not an astronaut, but, you know, Calculus HVH for $10 Australian. I'm a CeCe's hair earther. I believe the earth is in the shape of CeCe's beautiful hair. And that is why the totally real anti-flat earth Freemason government haven't gone after him yet. I mean, his hair is like, you know, one of the final wonders of the world. It needs to be protected.
We certainly do. I really have to cover everything I wanted to cover. It sucks. But, alright. Alright, I'm going to try to put something out for the weekend. I think if it's something I think view of my videos will be a part of your life.
CeCe, you said that, right? And then disappeared, dude. You posted a partial eclipse, but it's been 3 weeks, mate. Where are you? No shorts.
Checkers, anyone? I don't know. I'm going to take the middle guy right there. You guys can take that one. I don't know. All right, move your piece, but I'm taking the middle right there. It's great.
You live near an airport, dude. No live streams. No posts. CeCe, we're worried. Where are you? So, Nathan Oakley, kind of dead. CeCe, not been seen for 3 weeks. Let's have a look at Daniel Pratt. Sorry, I forgot about the vomit warning. So, what has disgusting, hideous, vile monster Daniel Pratt been putting out? Well, not much, it seems. 12 days ago, he posted something. I've been blessed with an unbelievable peace in an upside down world. This too shall pass. Peace, Mr. Pratt. You said that if you ever meet me, you will slap me across the face and catch a case. That doesn't seem peaceful. One in the chat if we watch Daniel Pratt.
Check in. See how everybody's doing. Can we talk about...
And this was 12 days ago, right? So he's not posted anything for 12 days. We've had nothing from CeCe for 3 weeks. Anything Oakley does is irrelevant. Most of the other flat earthers have left. Huh.
I don't know. I don't know anything specific or... I mean, I guess I gotta... I don't know if I really need to apologize, but maybe explain why I haven't been on here so much. And
please do.
When I did Flat Earth and other topics, videos for the last 10 years, I often explained how, you know, one, it was a type of therapy for me to just get it off my chest and have someone else to discuss it with. I'm not burden my family with it and just, you know, put my thoughts out on my channel and anyone.
Yeah. Please don't burden your family with this because they probably hate you enough as it is.
That wanted to watch could watch. The thing is, now I no longer feel that desire, that compulsion to expose the lies. I think it was the Holy Spirit that originally touched me to seek the truth, and when I found it...
Well, it seems that Daniel Pratt's given up as well, basically. Is this just a video of him crying?
To share it, and I did that for 10 years, and I no longer feel that. In fact, I feel the exact opposite. I mean, the good news is I found the truth. His name's Jesus, and anymore, the only thing the Holy Spirit is touching me with is peace. I'm at peace with the insanity of this world because it has to be that way. And for years I struggled and fought against it. And
so now I've got a peace. Now I've spent time wishing death upon people that say the earth is a globe and saying I'm going to beat up people. Oh, now I've got peace because I've decided I want it. What a vile creature you are, Mr. Pratt. What a disgrace.
didn't realize that all my works were useless. I mean, not.
He's realized it. Everything he's ever said is useless, and he's finally fucking realized it.
Useless. They, you know, if it can save one person, I absolutely agree that it's totally worth it. So I'm not saying it wasn't useless, but
it was.
Any thought that I was going to change anything or change the minds or lack of soul in the world, it became painfully obvious that wasn't going to happen, because it can't happen. Give
me a sec. I'm just trying to feel sorry for him. Oh, no, sorry. It was gas. My bad.
The world is falling, and will continue to fall until he says otherwise, you know? On the political front, you know, everything we pretty much expected is what's going down. These people still under the spell of the cult of personality that is Donald Trump. I pity them. I truly pity them.
Yeah, kind of agree.
And they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn today.
Jay Donachie, $5. I have full head of hair. CeCe's hair is receding on both sides, so not jealous of CeCe's hair. CeCe would be jealous of my hair. That's much hair I have. What now?
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. They'll see. They'll learn the hard way. It has to be that way. The world is so filled with people that love this depraved, backwards, upside-down world. There is no fixing it. As far as the flat earth front, I mean, was anybody, certainly the people have been calling these people out for the last 10 years, was anybody shocked that the crypto con man crew was apparently behind this entire final embarrassment?
The crypto con man crew were behind the final experiment, apparently. Any evidence of that claim, Mr. Pratt?
Presented as an experiment. CryptoCon crew. Patricia Steer, Robbie Davidson, Jaron Campanella, this Satan-worshipping clown, and the rest of them.
If Jaron was a Satan-worshipping clown, then he would have loved the fact that Satan shapeshifted into the sun to fool him into thinking there was a 24-hour sun.
All caught up in pushing this crypto scam. Pump and dump, whatever you call it.
What crypto scam?
And then magically defect from flat earth.
Are you talking about Dave Weiss and his crypto scam? Because Jaron certainly doesn't have one.
All at the behest of the Christian crusader, savior of the world, Will Duffy. That I can tell you from a personal work experience recently, that there is a rampant epidemic, if you don't believe me, just search it, of children being treated less than morally in churches all across this country. Catholic churches, Christian churches.
Is he trying to associate Will Duffy with this? Interesting.
Yet Will Duffy decides that the moral crusade he is going to take on to better the world, to save the world, is from flat earth. Never mind that children are being abused in the very 501c3 government lapdog churches that he's trying to drive everyone back to convince.
I don't think that Will Duffy's ever tried to drive people back to churches. And I'm sure if there was anything inappropriate going on in any churches he was involved in, he would report it. Because I don't think he's a bad guy. And Pratt, if you have information about this, then why aren't you forwarding it to authorities and chasing it up and doing something about it? If you know this is going on, why aren't you stopping it instead of just making a video crying like a little bitch? Tim Tully for $5 says, Craig was so fat. Herman Melville wrote his biography. Ow. Stealth Gun 5 for 2 years. A woo that is not driving. Are they evolving? Yeah, backwards. This is a monkey. He's in a car though. So.
Convince them they still live on a whirling, twirling vacuum ball as their children are being sexually and otherwise abused in churches all over this country. And there are these righteous, noble Christian crusaders running around determined to save the world from flat Earth. Because
Will just wanted to have some fun with his money, and he chose to wreck flat Earth. It's not that deep, dude.
Because that's hurting people. The thousands, tens of thousands of children that have been raped and abused in churches. No, don't need to do anything about that. We need to save the world from flat Earth.
Tens of thousands, guys. There's tens of thousands of children being abused in churches. And he knows this, yet he's not doing anything about it. That's wrong.
Right, Will Duffy? You con man, cretin, heathen, clown.
Don Carnage 42 says harpoons were developed to catch Craig. I dare you to put that in the super chat.
So, people, I don't talk anymore. I don't share. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I just don't, again, feel driven to do it. Because it has to go this way. It is going to get worse. It's only going to get...
Well, Pratt, we're not going to miss you. Really, we're not.
Bounces off. Call me whatever you want. It's all good. God bless you.
Call you whatever I want? Okay, you fucking disgusting, vile human piece of trash.
Try to be worthy of the gift. Buy my gold so I can get a commission site.
Right, well, there. I mean, he literally just rambles for 18 minutes crying that the flat Earth is dead, really. Smallest violin in the world, playing the saddest song, just for you, Pratt. So what we got? We got Nathan Oakley being completely irrelevant. CeCe's disappeared. Daniel Pratt's given up. Let's have a look at Mark Sargent.
This is your brain.
Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
Love it. So let's have a look at what Mark Sargent is putting out.
This is your brain. This is your brain on flat Earth.
Wait, your brain explodes on flat Earth? That's fucking worrying. Damn! Yeah, you don't want that to happen. That's a bad thing. Pretty sure that's like a visual representation of a stroke.
Any questions?
He's an interesting guy, man, and you know, he believes it. So, Kyrie, the Earth is flat, right? Yeah. 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 So, whatever. That's news. That's news. Here we go.
So a sports personality says it.
Who plays for the Cavaliers? He recently.
But yeah, let's have a look at the new stuff that Mark's put out. An interview with Math Powerland from
NASA took
2008, so nothing new there. About a flat Earth meetup in Las Vegas, which probably no one will attend. Flat Earth meetup in Mississippi, which no one will attend. Only 310 people have seen that. So just posting about flat Earth meetups, really. So nothing from Mark Sargent. What about Flatzoid? What's that? Flatzoid's channel doesn't exist. It's now called Creality Jesus Saves for some reason. And he's still doing stuff about Flat Earth. Calculus HVH says for $2 Australian, Flatzoid, Failzoid uploaded. He's extremely high on copium. Well, let's have a look at for Katzoid's copium, shall we?
Know your realm, says Will. Are you a traveling man?
I'm a traveling man.
Was that your first time to Antarctica, by the way?
Yes, it was. And it probably will not be my last.
It's pretty epic to go to Antarctica. It's kind of like, figuratively speaking, like the world's end. Like you're going, that's pretty cool. I mean,
right, is he saying that Will Duffy is lying about this being his first time in Antarctica? Tim Tully, $5. CeCe learned earth science from Joey in Hawaii. Joey's not a flat earther anymore, apparently. So there's that.
I mean, it's like certainly the least traveled to continent by a huge margin. So
yeah, it's the bottom of it's the bottom of the world. So it's amazing, and I am thankful that I was able to help flat earthers get there. And we'll see if any flat earthers go in the future, but I am skeptical that will happen.
From the time we're born, we spend an
right, so where's the lie? I'm not seeing a lie.
Inordinate amount of time studying each other's faces, studying each other's faces, studying each other's faces. Today, we're going to focus on the face.
Yeah, it's the bottom of it's the bottom of the world. So it's amazing, and
oh wait, hold on, I know what's going on here. We've got another flat earth body language expert.
When it comes to nonverbals, the face is key. There's so much information and feelings that we receive from the face that for us, the face takes primacy.
I am thankful that I was able to help flat earthers get there. Flat earthers get there. Flat earthers get there. Flat earthers get there. And we'll see if any flat earthers go in the future, but I am skeptical that...
But he did help flat earthers get there. We tracked it and watched it happen. Is for Katzoid literally still claiming that the final experiment didn't happen? Sweet bejeebers.
That will happen.
So one of the ways to look at the face is to think of it in two areas, comfort and discomfort, because really that's how the brain reacts to the world.
Traveling man.
I'm a traveling man.
Smug is an adjective used to describe an individual who displays excessive self-satisfaction or confidence.
He's got, right, Will Duffy literally has the most neutral expression there. And for Katzoid is saying that he's being smug?
Often in a complacent or conceited manner. It conveys a sense of superiority or contentment with one's own achievements, sometimes accompanied by an air of self-importance.
Was that your first time to Antarctica, by the way?
Yes, it was.
You can summarize the meanings of raising the eyebrow in psychology with the following points. The expression of surperceiving in a suspicious situation. Believe what you hear. Exposition to situations that encourage exaggerated behavior. Unconsciously raise your eyebrows when you order.
And it probably will not.
Yes, it was. That's a normal thing. Yeah, right. So, for Katzoid is claiming that Will's lying about this being his first time to Antarctica, but he's also claiming that he's lying about taking flat earthers to Antarctica. Am I getting this right?
Not be my last.
It's pretty epic to go to Antarctica. It's kind of like, figuratively speaking, like the
frown. A facial expression in which the eyebrows are brought together and the forehead is wrinkled, usually indicating displeasure, sadness or worry, or less often confusion or concentration.
World's end.
That's just a little movement on his face. It wasn't even a frown. Oh my god. This is pure copium. I didn't realize they were still coping so hard.
Like you're going, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's like certainly the least traveled to continent.
So one of the ways to look at the face is to think of it in two areas, comfort and discomfort, because really that's how the brain reacts to the world.
Possibly the worst video I've ever seen. Stay awesome, Flats. Oh my god. Right, so that's for Katzoid, and the only thing he's uploaded in the past 7 days, he's done some lives talking about a Jewish timeline, bigoted globe pastor, 3 hours of just crying, I think. Ex-NASA employee JFCG wants to present. Probably not an ex-NASA employee. Where'd your views go for Katzoid? Oh dear. Birthday stream, no one attended. Huh. So, yeah, where were we? Well, we've got Oakley irrelevant. CeCe disappeared. Mark Sargent just posting meetups that no one will ever attend, and like a literal 13-year-old video. We've got for Katzoid coping about Will Duffy. Daniel Pratt quitting Flat Earth. Is that it? Is that all that's left of Flat Earth? Barbara Sanchez is
in this video
not talking about Flat Earth, just trying to say that the space flight was fake. Space bitches debunked. Good job. But nothing about Flat Earth from Brother Sanchez. Who else can we really think of at this point? I think it's like it's funeral time for the Flat Earth guys. It's literally died a death, isn't it? But don't worry, because there's still plenty for us to mock. We mainly have Dearth left, and that's it. And there'll be a lot of covering Dearth. Coming up on the 29th, so in 3 days' time, I start my next membership drive stream where you make me stream for as long as you want me to. So look forward to that. I'm going to finish the stream now because get ready for Star Trek night because I'm a fucking nerd. And I'll be back this weekend with a couple more streams preparing for the 29th where we're going to do some fun stuff, probably get my scam baiting started. I'm going to see if I can take you to the gym with me while I go, because, you know, I don't want to miss out on the gym while I'm doing that stream. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun together for as long as you keep me here. Calculus HVH $5 says, Eric Dumbay's latest video, Katy Perry, Chris the Gound, and she liked it. Eric Dubay is also irrelevant. Thank you everyone for joining me today for a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a great stream. You guys are amazing. Your support is absolutely incredible. And I want to say that I love every single one of you, just not you, Gary. And we're going to finish with Conspiracy Music Studios. See you all soon over on Top Hats Off. Thank you very much.
Yo, it's Whitson. Gets it. Step into the mic, bro. Talking flat earth. Get ready for the hype, bro. Aced algebra in school, honors too, bro. Gravity's a lie, yeah, I'm in the zone, bro. Electrostatics, that's the real deal, bro. They say the earth's a globe, but that ain't right, bro. I'm the best flat earth debater, bro. Humbly, opposition ain't on my level, so, but let's not get too technical, bro. This is so funny. You're getting crushed, bro. I'm schooling you, bro. You are literally losing the debate, bro. You are so out of your league, bro. This is so funny. You're getting crushed, bro. I'm schooling you, bro. You are literally losing the debate, bro. You are so out of your league, bro. Our model, though, not defined in full, bro, is superior. Your model's falsified, bro. Van de Graaff generator, electrostatics amaze, bro. Made objects change weight, just a phase, bro. 100 volts per meter electric field, you know, bro. Flipped it with 400,000 volts, whoa. Small things floated, defying gravity like totally, bro. Next I'll rub a cat to a brick to show. This is so funny. You're getting crushed, bro. I'm schooling you, bro. You are literally losing the debate, bro. You are so out of your league, bro. This is so funny. You're getting crushed, knowledge, you can't deny, bro. Wits it gets, it's here to testify, bro. Most times I don't remember you exist, yo. I'm the flat earth king, you better believe it so. Moon phases are like a magnetic cycle, bro. Center of a ferrocell, image magnets glow, bro. Charge up and down, etherically displaced, yo. Kinematic equivalence explains it all somehow, bro. It might sound tough, but let's skip details, yo. You might believe I have an amplitude for math, ho. It's all just a lot of salad in my words, yo. Words, yo, words, yo. This is so funny. You're getting crushed, bro. I'm schooling you, bro. You are literally losing the debate, bro. You are so out of your league, bro. This is so funny. You're getting crushed, bro. I'm schooling you, bro. You are literally losing the debate, bro. You are so out of your league, bro. And what happened is they brought in Einstein to totally save their physics redefined, to flip physics all on its head, bro, to keep Earth moving around the sun, you know. And in the magnetic torus field, I say the path of planets fits perfectly, yo. This is so funny. You're getting crushed, bro. I'm schooling you, bro. You are literally losing the debate, bro. You are so out of your league, bro. This is so funny. You're getting crushed, bro. I'm schooling you, bro. You are literally losing the debate, bro. You are so out of your league, bro. If this debate was a rap battle, I would have totally won, bro.
Good night all, remember that stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth.